So a lot of times at the end of a research article, what they'll do is they'll have an area dedicated to the practical applications. So this way it helps you to take all this stuff, digest it, and actually apply it into your life. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a practical applications post for each of my episodes. So this is gonna be the first of many, and this is the one with Swimming Biomechanics and Jan Prins. So a lot of times I'll have these specific episodes, but my takeaway could be a bit more general. So it was all about swimming, but my takeaway was about technique. It was a good reminder to practice technique for whatever skill it is that you want to be good at. Many people go to the gym and they build their engine, they do cardio training, they do strength training, but they're not necessarily thinking about where they're applying it to. And I would say apply your fitness to some type of activity. Find 2 or 3 activities that you want to be good at. Maybe a couple activities you want to cycle throughout the year, and then practice the technique for that thing. Let's say you're someone who just wants to build muscle and burn fat. Well, then guess what? That activity is called bodybuilding. You might not want to be as jacked as a bodybuilder, but that's bodybuilding. And there's still technique associated with it. Maybe, for example, squatting, right? So if you're gonna squat often, make sure you squat well. So take time to learn and practice the technique. Look to the experts within that field. And then the second big takeaway was about video analysis. Many people think they're doing something well, and maybe they're not doing it as well as they thought. So record yourself doing it, and analyze yourself. You might see that your heels start to come up off the floor. You might have too much knee bend without enough hip hinge. Let's say you want to be a climber. Record yourself doing a climb, and you'll start to notice where some of your downfalls might be. So 2 big takeaways. Take time to practice your technique. You could do this in your warm-up. You could have a day that's designated just for this. But then also record yourself and check it out, analyze yourself, make some corrections. You don't want to just have a big engine. You also want to be a good mover.